Hey guys, it's Debbie, and I hope you all are doing well. I wanted to come on today to talk to you about the fact that yesterday was International Women's Day, and it's International Women's Month, and today is actually National Barbie Day. And I wanted you to encourage the young women in your life. I actually posted a reel earlier today, and I did not realize I had indicated that I had played with Barbies when I was growing up, that it was actually Barbie Day. And the post that I did was about fashion for the Oscars and stuff, but why I was referencing that was because I was actually in retail for over a decade, and I was a visual display merchandiser, and I got to dress mannequins. So I always kind of associate that to Barbies. And I want to encourage you guys to, when you're going to do something, to just do it. And you might have heard the saying, done beats perfect. As you can see, my lettering around me is backwards, and I tried to research on multiple platforms on how to change that. So if anybody knows how to do that, please let me know. But as you can see, I absolutely love Barbie. I don't know if you can see behind me, I've got Glinda the Good Witch. This screen behind me is actually calendar pieces from different Barbies throughout the decades, and I actually framed them. I've got this cute little Barbie watch, and I've got this little purse right here that's super cute. I always usually wear it with this bandana, and it's got this cute little funky mirror attached to it. But what I was going to say is that Barbie, as you guys know, has evolved over the decades. It's actually 1959 when Barbie first appeared. And growing up, my sister and I were actually fortunate to have Barbies that belonged to our older cousins. So I think they were like the hard plastic original ones, which is really cool. And then I think my mom gave them back to them when the one started to have kids. But I loved Barbies. I actually played with them probably until I was at least 12 years old, probably right before I started into junior high. And then as an adult, I started to collect them. You might have seen a post I did recently where I showed one of the NASCAR Barbies. My husband's a huge NASCAR collector, and he has a couple of the Barbies. I've got a Christmas Barbie, I've got a Cinderella Barbie, and I'm not sure if you can see behind me, I've got the matching box that the other stuff came in, but I have all of the Sandy Barbies from Greece as she kind of evolved during the movie. And I just want to encourage you to encourage the young women in your life. I'm not sure if you saw the reel that I posted yesterday, and it was really cute. I did like a little emoji of myself doing a bunch of different things that I enjoyed as a child and things that I enjoy in adulthood, and made it with all these words and affirmations, and just kind of wanted to encourage the girls in your life. I think it's super important to encourage play, and as an artist, I love all things. As you can see in my room, this is my creative space, and it's literally probably like it is when I was a teenager. Granted, some of the stuff is stuff that I had when I was younger, and a lot of it's stuff I've collected over the years, but I have so much in here, and it is a little bit cluttered. I tend to be a pack rat, but I love nostalgia and I love collectibles. I have a ton of Mickey stuff. I have a ton of Disney stuff. I have a lot of things that remind me of my youth, and I think it's so important to encourage play, not only in the kids in your life, but you as an adult. If they see you having fun, then they're going to see that it's okay. I don't have any children myself or any grandchildren, but when my nephews and niece were younger, I would always encourage play. I was right in there doing like the Play-Doh and the Legos and the little race cars and the Thomas trains and the girl toys and stuff as well. And I just want to inspire you to raise up the next generation of women in your life. There's so many things nowadays that a girl couldn't do back then. And you, of course, know, like they couldn't vote, they couldn't get a credit card unless they had their father or their husband sign for that. And I'm happy to say that my mom was a big inspiration because she was actually a business owner. My parents had a couple of different businesses over the course of the last couple of decades, and that was very inspirational to see her kind of step into an entrepreneurial position. And I've always wanted to raise up people to believe that they can do anything that they want. So I kind of feel like this does sort of go around my whole global mission of self-love, because I feel like if people in general can feel better about themselves, they're going to go after their big dreams. And I just want to encourage you to call out greatness in the young girls and of course the young boys as well, but this is about girls because it is International Women's Month. But call out their seeds of greatness. You know, it's sad to me, and I've mentioned this before, that I know somebody that struggled with an eating disorder, and I actually know somebody that I follow that is kind of famous, if you will, and she's very forthcoming about the fact that for a long time she struggled with an eating disorder. And you know, it's really hard nowadays. As you know, I'm a huge advocate for mental health awareness and for suicide prevention, and it just saddens me so much that children can be so cruel and they can bully other students, and it really messes with a child's self-esteem, especially women. I think young girls take it so much harder because they're competing to try to look a certain way and want to fit in. And here I am, you know, in my mid-50s, and I'm wearing Barbie clothes, stuff that I probably would have worn as a young youth. And you know, my favorite muse, if you will, is Walt Disney. That's why I'm surrounded by so much Disney stuff all the time. But you know, he actually has a saying in the quotable Walt Disney book that says, you know, adults are only children growing up. And I fully believe that. I, you know, don't want to have the Peter Pan syndrome, like never grow up and, you know, not get it together. But I feel like it's so important to encourage imagination. As you can see, a little bit of the word behind me, it says imagine. And I've got words all over my room that are like oversized, and I've got everything under the sun in here, literally. But this is my creative space. So my call to action to you is to, one, get some play in your life. If you don't have children in your life that are around you, do something that makes you feel youthful. Maybe that's watching a movie that you grew up with. Maybe that's watching a favorite TV show that you grew up with. And maybe it's wearing something that reminds you of your childhood. And if there are young women in your life, like in scouts, in youth group, in school, you know, that maybe you volunteer at a school, or maybe you volunteer for Sunday school or something like that, definitely call out their seeds of greatness. Let them know that they can do absolutely everything that they want to achieve in this world. And I hope you all have a great day. Bye.